What's up, everybody? Tindo here, Hannah Warrior Princess, and on today's episode, we are going to organize and talk about my gaming magazine collection. But we've got some normal stuff to get done today. We got to get some packages shipped, and we're not going to do much else today. Coronavirus is in full swing, and we're going to stay home as much as possible. We got to get out and do some errands, and but I guess by and large, we'll just try to stay away from other people. You think?
Yeah.
Stick around. Today is supposed to be restocking day at our grocery store, and it doesn't look a lot better than usual, but it is a little bit because there's options for hand soap. But let's go see if there's toilet paper. The toilet paper is supposed to be right around this corner, and it's ripped. There's absolutely no toilet paper. I mean, it's alright, we still have some. We're not freaking out. Just kind of curious if there was any. It's ripped.
Yeah.
So what happens most days is that I wake up a little bit before Hannah because I'm just a morning person, and I go print out our labels. This is every day, especially on Mondays though, which is what today is, the day of shooting this. Mondays we usually have just a ton of labels to print because we have a whole weekend worth of sales. So I'll wake up before Hannah, I'll go print out the labels, and then I'll have them ready to go. When she wakes up, she'll box everything up, tape the labels on, and then we'll go to the post office. So what I'm doing right now is I'm printing out each individual label, and then I'm writing what the item is on it so we don't get anything mixed up. So vintage light, medium, wash, 505s. All right, next label. Now, so we have a lot of accounts that we sell on. We've got Hannah's clothing account, I have a clothing account, and then we have an eBay account, and then we have tindostrash.com, and usually by Monday all those websites have sold something. So I've got to go to each different account and print out labels. So I'm going to go to my clothing account now. I've printed out Hannah's clothing, and it looks like I've got 4 labels in mine. Sold a pair of overalls this morning right when I woke up, so that'll be my last one. So I got a couple labels off eBay printed. Now I gotta check our website, tindostrash.com, and it always throws me some surprises because for some reason my phone does a terrible job of updating me if we sold anything on the website, which is not a big deal because we ship almost everything we sell next day, because this is our routine that I'm showing you. We wake up in the morning and ship everything from yesterday. That's just how we keep it going. So since my phone does a terrible job of updating me what I've sold on tindostrash.com, I usually wake up and find some surprises that we've sold. And of course, here we are. I've sold a couple plushies on Tindo's Trash. So if you order those, they'll be on their way this morning. By the time you're watching this, they ought to be well on their way. So let me get these printed out real quick. All right, now let's go give all these labels to Hannah. She can start packaging them up. Are you DED dead? Pants Monster. Boop to Snoop. Okay, he's alive. You're tired, aren't you? Are you tired? Look at your crazy eyeballs. Alright, he's over it. He's had enough. He's awake. I'm sorry I bothered you. Okay, bye. So here is usually how packaging things up in the morning goes. Hannah packages things. Pants acts as a distraction. See how this goes? He sits on the labels. He's really good at being a distraction. And then I usually play Mario Maker or sometimes Mario Kart. But I'm kind of getting tired of Mario Kart because I've played it for about 1,000 hours. Pants,
Stop crushing my label.
Pants, you're the best. Why can't you be like Monster? Monster just watches.
She sat on them first.
Did she?
Yeah.
You guys are the worst.
Stop it. You're cute, but destructive. Oh, bringing out the big guns.
Oh, watch this. Pants loves tape. It's some sort of drug. Look, Pants wants it so bad. He wants the tape so bad. Give him some.
I have to crumble it up because he will eat it. Happy cat.
Pants, you're so weird. Pants, you're a weirdo. It can't be healthy, baby cat. I kid you not, this is how it goes every morning. Pants does this every single morning. All right, let's go get these packages dropped off at the post office and see if there's a package here waiting for us. I think there is. Little birdie told me there's something in our P.O. box waiting for us. So there was a package in the P.O. box. This is from Chet in Arkansas. And actually, because of the name, I think I know what's in here. He actually hinted at it on our Discord. So we're going to do something a little bit different and actually open this up right now. Let's not wait. Let's just do it. All right, we are now going to do Mail Time Van Edition. Are you ready for this? I'm excited about this. I do know roughly what's in here, which is not the norm for Mail Time, but this guy wanted to send me some very specific things, so he asked me some questions before he sent them, so I do know what's in here. But I don't know. It's going to make sense in a second, all right? Here we go. All right. Wow. This is wild. All right, hold on. Did you see him? Okay, let me read this note. Tindo, I messaged you the other day on the Discord app. I am over the Tracks Disc Golf Course in Bryant, Arkansas, just outside of Little Rock. That's awesome. I hope this helps you get back out to playing disc golf sooner rather than later. I put in a couple of discs that are for slower speed throwers that I thought Hannah might like. Sweet! The tournament stamp discs are from tournaments we have ran in the past couple of years. The next time you are coming through Little Rock, hit me up, and I would love to have you and Hannah come out and play our course. Chet. Aww. Listen, you know, we do Mail Time, and my best video games I have almost at this point are from Mail Time. And some of the most prized possessions now that are even not video game related are now, you know, from some of you guys. I don't know how or why this keeps happening, but there are like 30 disc golf discs in here.
God.
This is, listen, he must have watched the video where I said we want to go play some disc golf, but our disc golf discs got stolen. And they did. It actually happened twice. Once we accidentally left my van unlocked, huge mistake, and it was busted into. And then someone came back later again and actually broke into it. Super bummer. This was actually quite a while ago, but this will be my third time I've had a whole collection, and there's enough for us to both go play. There's some beautiful new ones in here. These are just beautiful. Look at this. Winter Express. That's yours.
Yay!
Let's just run through them all real quick. It's beautiful. What does it say? Recoil. Warhorse Special Edition. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then some putters. Oh, that feels so good in the hand. Pro Boss. Look at that lizard. That's another putter. Flying Disc Festival. Oh, actually, okay. I've thrown this one before. Look at that little bitty.
That's so cute.
It's a junior edition, it says. Alright, just a few more. Culverin. Criminal. Champion Mamba. Pioneer. Destroyer, and then another one from the festival. These are beautiful. I like the plastic on that one. Well, you know, we played disc golf. I'm going to turn this air conditioner back on because it's 1,000 degrees in here. It's actually almost like 90 degrees today in Phoenix. It's kind of wild. But I'm ecstatic right now. Hannah and I have actually talked about the possibility of making our own disc golf bag. But of course, at this point, I only had 3 discs. So now that I've got a huge stack of them, we definitely need to make a bag to put them in. Something super custom and flashy. Probably with a Dragon Ball symbol on it because it's your boy. But Chet, thank you so much. Listen, the Little Rock Bins is for sure one of our absolute favorites in the entirety of the country. So make no mistake, we will be back through and we will definitely hit you up when we do. And both Hannah and I are quite amateurs. I feel like just because of my extensive Frisbee playing when I was younger, I'm all right with the putter because it feels like a Frisbee. I've gotten better over the last year at driving, but I'm not great at it, so maybe we can definitely get a few pointers from you, because I bet you're the man running a whole disc golf course yourself. It's super dope. I cannot wait to go play these. Now here's what I'm sitting here kind of thinking. Because of all the stuff going on with the coronavirus, it seems like it would be an alright thing to go play around a disc golf, and you know, because it seems like we wouldn't have to really be in any crowds of people. But I've actually seen a few news articles recently showing pictures of parks around Arizona, and they're super overcrowded because I guess everyone had the same idea. So I don't know. Let's go put some tennis shoes on. Let's go see if we can't maybe find a disc golf course that isn't overcrowded right now. How do you feel about that?
Let's do it.
You want to chuck some plastic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a thing of beauty right there. Definitely gonna have to get a bag though. I think I'll just grab one of my cheap JanSports from now and toss them in there. But first, let's go show Patrick. All right, let's turn this light on. Hey Pat, you trying to go play some Frisbee hole? Somebody sent him to the P.O. box. All right, I've got the good old JanSport. We're gonna make this do for now. We kind of sit around joking about maybe actually making a disc golf bag for today's episode. Just make this a shark make episode. But I don't think we quite have the materials to do it. There would definitely be some things we'd have to source from the Goodwill bins first to do it. So that's not going to happen on today's episode, but do definitely look forward to some making episodes in the near future, because if we're going to be stuck at home, we might as well make some stuff. But now, let's go on to the disc golf course if we can find one. All right, we're at a course now that I really hoped would be empty, and it's looking like it's going to be. There's a course that we play regularly across town that is always busy, so I imagine it would probably be too busy to go to right now. But it doesn't look like anybody's here, so I think we're doing all right. We're not going to play a whole round or anything. I just kind of wanted to toss a few of these, see how they feel. I didn't pick the best course to come to, though, for throwing brand new discs. I came to a good one that wasn't going to be overpopulated, but it sucks throwing these brand new discs here because this is a very rocky course. Very, very rocky, but it is a fun one. Lots of trees and lots of things in the way. So let's just toss a few, see how we feel about it, huh? All right, so here are all my magazines. They are in no way organized right now. So what I want to do is let's get them all out of these and stack them by magazine. So like 2/3 of these or 3/4 of them probably even are Game Informer, of course. But then I've got a stack of Gamer Pro, I think is the name of that magazine, and of course some Nintendo Powers. Let's get them all organized, and then I'm going to go through and organize them while you write down the issue.
Okay.
That's the main thing, but we're going to talk about some of these magazines as we go through and just kind of talk about each one, and then I definitely want to have a conversation with you guys in the comments below about maybe what magazines you guys collect. Alright, so just start taking them out and putting them in piles. I've got some random stuff here that's not even magazine. These are comic books. I kind of forgot about these. I don't have any attachment to these, so maybe I'll put these up for sale on Nintendo's Trash. Maybe we've got some collectors watching that collect Tomb Raider stuff. But I've just been keeping these with my... That's beautiful. I've just been keeping these with my magazine collection, but I'm just going to put those aside.
First one I pulled out is completely random. It's an Xbox official magazine, so...
Alright, yeah, make a pile for those. I've got a stack of PlayStation magazines. Honestly, out of all the magazine sets there are, I'd probably like to collect PlayStation the most, but I probably only had 5 or 6 issues. So yeah, Game Pro, what I call it, Gamer Pro.
Yeah, close enough.
And then I've been collecting these Walmart magazines that are free. Pretty dope. They always come with like a poster or something in them. Really is the only reason I grab them. I've read through them, thumbed through them a couple times, and honestly, the content in them isn't that great, but they're free gaming magazines. Most of these are Game Informer. I really want to get that whole Game Informer set out of the way now. I don't think it'll ever be super valuable, but I do feel like, 15, 20 years from now when I have this massive collection, it'll just be something that's cool to have all of, don't you think? Help! I think these are Game Informer as well, yeah. Alright, you got, is that all Nintendo Power?
Nintendo Power.
Alright, so count how many issues are there. Here's 2 more issues that we bought yesterday.
24.
So, here's what we're going to do. Go through and put those in order. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but should be able to do it. And then we'll time lapse through all of this so you guys don't have to watch this. I'm going to put these Game Informers in order as well, and then we will catalog them. I'm just going to go ahead and set these aside because we only have 4 PlayStation magazines. I think a buddy of mine back home actually gave me almost all of those. I've only got 1 Xbox magazine and 1 Game Pro magazine. Very nice. Awesome. That's perfect. That's how many I have. So, how many?
84.
84 Game Informer magazines. Not even quite 100. It would have been 100, but check this out. These are all doubles. And pretty much all of these are because either I bought them and I'm a dummy, or a lot of you guys have sent me a handful, so I'll just keep yours and we'll put the other ones up for sale at the toy booth, or if they don't sell, we'll donate them back. But there's a few good issues here in the doubles. We got one of those really nice Mega Man ones. I think there's a really nice Zelda one in here. That's beautiful, of course. But let's talk a little bit about magazines before we get out of here. Do you guys collect any magazines? I know for sure there's some people in our Discord that actually have the entire Nintendo Power collection, which is awesome.
That's a lot.
How many did we say we had?
24.
24.
You want better than 24?
25.
25.
So that's pretty good though. I don't know exactly what the number is of Nintendo Power issues, but I think like a month and a half ago I didn't have any. So we got 25 issues. I'm pretty happy about that. But the Game Informer, like, it'll just be cool one day to have like a nice shelf or something where someone's like, "What's all that?" And I'm like, "That's the entire Game Informer collection." And there is often some good stuff in here. Every time I bring home a new edition, I'll flip through them. And if there's something about a game I like or some interview with a cool developer, I'll read it. It is a pretty cool little resource. Though I've never been bothered whatsoever to actually sign up to get it at GameStop. And I also know plenty of people that have a GameStop subscription and they just throw the magazine away when they get them. And I imagine that's where a lot of these have came from. People just tossing them. But I really like collecting this kind of stuff. These magazines, these Game Informer magazines, are almost like Skylanders for me. They're just really easy to collect right now. But let's talk about the sets of issues that I do have, because the earliest issue I have is 178, and the latest is 322. I'm not sure what issue they're on right now as of making this, but 178, that's not super low, I bet anything under 100 is probably going to be pretty hard to find. That'll be interesting to see. I don't really come across gaming magazines quite like Game Informers in game stores. Of course, you find a lot of Nintendo Power that way, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. And it's especially going to be interesting as I go on and try to collect PlayStation and Xbox magazines, because I've already got half of the Xbox demo disc, the discs themselves, but not the magazines that they came in. Those are way easier to find for whatever reason. But I do want to complete all those collections one of these days. It's just something I really like. I love having, I love getting really, really into a game and going and flipping through these magazines sometimes and seeing if I can read some articles about them. It's just something I'm really into. But I want to hear from you guys. Definitely comment below before we go. What magazines do you collect? What magazines do you not collect? What's your favorite magazine, gaming magazine to collect? Or honestly, if you want to have a really interesting discussion, I guess if you collect any other magazines that aren't gaming related, I'd love to hear about that too. I definitely collected some of those guitar magazines when I was younger. There were certain guitar magazines where you could buy it and it would come with the discs that you could play along to learn riffs in and stuff. So at one point when I was younger, I probably had 50 or 60 of a couple of those magazines. But just curious if any of you guys collect any of that stuff. One other magazine I collected, there was electronic arts magazines or something like that, or electronic music magazines, and so the disc would always come with loops, drum loops and drum beats and stuff. And I collected that more than I did the magazine. I would rip all those beats and sound effects off of there. And there was one point where I actually, way before we started this channel, I guess 10, 12 years ago now, where that was actually what I did for a living. I worked in a music studio, and I would come in for music recording sessions and do things with people, and they'd be like, "Oh, I kind of wish this was in here," or "I kind of wish this track was this way." I'd be like, "Wait a minute." I'd leave the room and I'd come back with this big dingy hard drive. I'd plug it up and I'd go through this massive library of sounds I'd collected, and most of it, I'm not gonna lie, not all of it, but most of it was off of these magazine discs. So I think that's really interesting to share, because there was a time when digital content came with magazines. I'm sure there are plenty that still do, but I don't think it's quite as prevalent as it used to be, and I think that's a really interesting thing. That's something I'm kind of nostalgic for, which really makes me like collecting the demo discs that came with the old PlayStation and the old Xbox magazines. I sure do miss those days, coming home with a fresh magazine, getting some fresh loops off of them, and making some hot beats. You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
But guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to do a little bit of extra work today, and you don't just want to comment below what kind of magazines you're into, definitely go over to our Discord and drop some pictures over there of your collections. There's been plenty of people over there share their Nintendo Power magazine collections and stuff, but I bet there's a good bunch of you watching that haven't even joined the Discord yet that could come show off some of your collections, and I'd love to see them. One of my favorite parts of this channel is when our videos are over, where our videos are posted on YouTube, and you guys come over to the Discord and communicate whatever it was you got out of the video and share pictures of what you got. So do that, pretty please. And then before you go, also let's just throw this out there, you guys. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying nice and clean and washing those hands. And I do want to say an extra big thank you to all you guys that still have to go to work, like you guys working at grocery stores. If you're watching and you're still having to go hard at it to work to take care of the rest of us, I appreciate you beyond belief. So thanks for all that you do. Now, before you go, subscribe, pretty please. Help us get to 2,000 subs like right now. I'd really appreciate that. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit that notification bell. Pretty please, pretty please. So that way, tomorrow when we post a video doing random stuff like we did today, or I don't know what, who knows what tomorrow's video is going to be, but if you hit that notification bell, you'll get a notification when we do post it, and you can come back then and hang out with us then. Until then, guys, peace out.